Wednesday on 8 News Now at 11.
Havasu Canyon on the edge of Grand Canyon National Park, one of the most beautiful places in the entire world, but also home to really an ugly secret. For decades, pack animals owned by members of the Havasupai Tribe have been subjected to horrific abuse.
Now that tribe is actually a sovereign nation, so the enforcement of animal welfare laws has been pretty difficult. Last summer, the I-Team exposed the mistreatment of horses and mules and how tourists, including visitors from Las Vegas, unwittingly support the abuse. Tonight, George Knapp has an update.
We didn't know what to do for the horse. You can hear him breathing. He had sweat pouring off of his body. It was literally pouring off of his body.
A mother and her two daughters were deeply disturbed by what they witnessed on a hot day last summer when an overloaded horse collapsed on the trail into Havasu Canyon. Its handler kicked the downed animal.
And the packer did tell us the horse does this all the time, that he was just taking a rest. Once the saddle and stuff was off of him, you could see all the saddle sores. He had them all over, all open, bloody sores.
The trail into the canyon is littered with the remains of pack animals that didn't make it. Horses and mules are often overloaded on the 8-mile trek to the bottom. Typically, they're driven hard, can't stop for food or water, and when one falls, several can be injured at once.
No!
The animals often stand in the sun for hours without water. A Las Vegas veterinarian saw this seemingly healthy horse collapse under excessive weight last year. Then it was loaded up again. About 300 people per day make the trek to the bottom of the canyon, the ancestral home of the Havasupai. Wander beyond the campground, though, as the I-Team did, and you'll easily spot horses and mules that are hundreds of pounds underweight, so hungry they eat bark off trees, many of them with exposed ribs, open sores, broken bones, left standing in piles of feces. For many, life is miserable and short.
They work them literally till they drop dead, and then they either go pick up some more horses from somewhere else, maybe.
Susan Ash couldn't stand hearing the stories anymore, so she founded SAVE, Stopping Animal Violence. Her website has become a clearinghouse for photos, videos, and testimonials about systemic abuse of tribal pack animals that has been reported for more than 40 years. The material on the website is explicit. Horses worn right down to their exposed bones. Tourism generates millions of dollars per year for the tribe, more than enough to properly care for the animals. When questioned about the abuse, though, the tribe traditionally says the incidents are isolated, not typical. But Ash says the kind of cases reported by the I-Team last year are still common.
They can't continue to abuse and starve and beat animals like this and expect that nobody is ever going to take notice and try to do something about it.
One incident occurred just before last Christmas. A hiker injured below had no choice but to be carried out on horseback.
She was horrified. She literally cried for 3 hours, having to be on a horse in such horrible condition.
Ash says there is evidence the public pressure is starting to work. Various enforcement agencies are now paying attention. Tribal member Leland Joe, with a long history of horrific animal abuse, was arrested by federal agents in 2016, was sentenced to probation, but was banned from ever owning horses again. In October, a Bureau of Indian Affairs agent arrested Cecil Wadahama, whose horse was emaciated and had open sores.
Would you like to make a comment about the case?
He was scheduled to appear in federal court, but pled guilty in tribal court instead and got probation. In December, tribal member Sun Eagle, long suspected of animal abuse, rented horses to a group, including an Arizona woman with plenty of equine experience. She was horrified by the horse's emaciated condition and that the handler repeatedly whipped them during the climb.
I was so upset when I got to the top of that hill. I was just sobbing uncontrollably, and I told those girls that I hiked with, I said, take me off of Facebook. I don't want to see your pictures. I'm not even going to share my pictures. I don't want anyone to come here. I don't want anyone to think this is a place that's worth traveling to because of the abuse.
4 of Sun Eagle's horses were seized, and the tribe recently elected a new chairperson. Susan Ash hopes change is coming.
I hope maybe in the next 6 months, you and I can talk and I can tell you they've put this in place, they've put that in place, that anybody who is observed kicking or beating or whipping or throwing rocks at their animals is arrested. I hope I can tell you some of those things the next time we talk, but right now I can't tell you that.
George Knapp, 8 News Now.
One final note here. Last fall, the tribe allowed a team of animal welfare experts to enter the village to offer veterinary care and food for those animals. A spokesperson told us there's a tentative agreement for the group to return again this year.